Have you ever wondered how companies like Imperium Acquisition or Seventh Level make seven figures a month? It's because they have a good pitch. And today what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you exactly the process that you need to build this pitch. Now, I'm not saying principles or, high level stuff. Literally, this video is an hour and a half coaching session that I did with one of my one-on-one clients, and we built his entire pitch for his agency. From literally start to finish, we go through every single thing that you need to build a good pitch like these big seven-figure companies. I sold for Charlie Morgan for 2 years and I did over $2 million in revenue for that company. And this is the thing that people aren't sharing on YouTube. And something that really, really drives me crazy, that this is the stuff that actually makes the difference. And it's always kept behind the ridiculous paywall. So this is it. This is the stuff. This is the shit that's going to get you closing more deals. And straight up, guys, this is not going to be an exciting video. There's no cool edits. There's nothing about my life. There's no story. There's no nice cars. There's just me and my client on a Zoom call, one-on-one, building out his pitch from the ground up. And this is what these big companies use. I'm telling you that for a fact because I've been in them and I've seen them at work, and this is the stuff that actually converts. So what you're going to learn today is literally from start to finish how to diagnose the problems in your niche and your features and align the features in terms of the most productive, build a story, and then build a very simple 3-pillared approach to effectively portray value to your clients on your sales calls. It's a long video. Like I said, it's boring. If you can't sit through this and actually do this yourself, you may as well not even bother. And I'm being really honest when I say that, this is the stuff that's going to make a difference. And this is the stuff that no one shares. Unfortunately, this stuff is always behind a paywall, and it's always, the most value that a lot of coaches provide. But, if you can just understand this, follow along the process through this whole call, you will finish this video with a completely built pitch for your agency that will convert. And at the end of this video as well, at the end of the coaching call, I also I'm going to pitch you my service, okay? Not to pitch you, but also to show you not only what the script should say, but also how to say it. How to use pacing and emphasis, certainty, conviction, all of that stuff. So at the end of this video, you will have a fully functioning pitch and script on par with what they use at Easy Grow and what they use at seventh level. And also you will have a framework and a reference point to understand how to pitch it. So I think that this is probably going to be one of the more valuable videos I ever create for my YouTube. So if you can learn this and understand it, and then also tie that in with the objection handling stuff that I've posted, you guys are going to be able to crush it. And you're going to be so much further ahead than anyone else who's just watching those lifestyle videos on YouTube. Now I get it, they're fun, whatever, but this is really the stuff. So if you guys can't sit through this whole video, maybe you shouldn't be doing this in the first place. And I really mean that in the nicest way possible, but that is the truth. The stuff that converts, the stuff that's actually going to move the needle, it's really boring, but this is what it is. So it's an entire 1.5 hour, unfiltered, no edits, just straight coaching call with me and my client to build his pitch so that you can replicate it for your agency or your coaching service. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's really going to help a lot of people, and that's really exciting for me. So yeah, I'm just going to dive in. I'm going to cut it straight into it. There's no editing, just straight in, straight to the value, and get you guys started. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Cool. So Nathan, the first thing that we need to do, okay, if you want to sort of follow along in this document, is we need to identify the industry pain points, right? So we want to understand at a broader level what your niche is struggling with most. Now, I think we've spoken about this before, but customization is king, right?
Mhm.
Every pillar needs to be customized to the specific person that we're speaking to. However, as a whole, your niche is going to be struggling with a few problems,
I'm still listening.
and that's going to allow you to actually flesh out what the most important features are and how they provide the most value to any client that you speak to. So you can have a customized pitch, but you can also have a general pitch that you don't have to change for every single person you speak to, right? Because it's going to be a little bit unrealistic. And this is why like one call closes can work very well. So instead of doing a discovery and then building a pitch and then pitching someone, you think, oh, that's going to actually present more value. But at the end of the day, all of the pitches that you do are going to be relatively similar. There's a way that we customize them. So in your niche, you're in real estate, right? So
Yeah,
in
that's
your
right.
niche, they've got common pain points. Okay.
Okay.
This is an example, right? So weak online presence, inconsistent or unscalable lead gen strategies, low quality of leads, limited technical skills, lack of time, no support, can't hire, etc. So if you go into the document, you can kind of list out 3 to 5 of those challenges that your niches face at the moment. Whatever comes to mind, just go. And if you want, I can help you kind of flesh that out.
Okay. So the main problem, real estate agents are basically salesmen.
Hmm.
So the main point is basically just getting clients. It's client
Hmm.
acquisition. So I guess the most painful part is them getting clients because
Hmm.
obviously it's lead gen, but there's a bunch of lead gen agencies
Hmm.
and they provide low quality leads. So there's a stigma around that of basically being a low, every lead gen company is low quality. So it's quite hard to get leads that are quite interested. So that would be one.
Hmm.
That one would be it's unpredictable and they rely on referrals.
Hmm.
So because they rely on referrals, they basically just wait around for people to come to them. They
Hmm.
don't have a system to go get clients, and the leads that they do get are probably low quality. And
Hmm.
the third problem would be maybe, I guess, one, it's not predictable. One, it's not as good quality, but three, it's usually quite hard. They're either doing two, three, 400 cold calls a day, or they don't know how to run the ads. So it's bad lead quality, and they basically wait around if they're not waiting for the lead. And
Okay,
if
cool.
they're getting the leads, it's hard for them to do.
Okay, cool. Do you want to actually write them out? Because we'll basically, this document will get you a pitch that you can have for your calls.
No problem. Um, bad lead quality.
Hmm. Hmm.
Realtor.com,
Hmm.
um, Zillow, and lead gen
Hmm.
agencies. And the third one would be to get leads
Okay.
is painful. 100,
So time, basically.
yeah, time.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. So that's our sort of overall problems that we have there. Okay. So then
Okay.
we basically want to list out your service features and like everything that you do. So
Okay.
any deliverable thing that you do, like,
So are we talking like the pain points I'm relieving or like
no,
Facebook
right,
ads?
all we're doing now is just listing all the features that you have. We're going to kind of distill it down into that. Yeah.
SMS, uh, inbound, cold, uh, full scripts,
Cool. Perfect.
Facebook ads, and then yeah, that's basically it. SMS
C
scripts on how to do it.
Go high level. So CRM management.
Yeah, CRM management as well.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's about it. I'm gonna put this in brackets, cold calling AI.
Okay.
So I would have like an automated AI cold caller.
Okay, cool. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. So now we've got every single feature that you do, and now we want to rank the features by revenue impact or revenue generation. So things that drive the most revenue for your clients.
One. Are we talking ROI? Because database reactivation would be one.
Yeah.
Okay, then one.
Yeah. ROI.
Automated, so we'll put that as two. Oh, sorry.
So
Three.
yeah, beautiful. So another thing is with the Facebook ads, it's actually offer creation as well. So if you want to kind of go underneath that and then do like an inside, yeah, offer creation as well. You've also got data analytics, right? So analyzing the ads and improving. You can kind of stop ordering them. That's probably enough. But we just want to get all the services out because these services are going to go in the features within the pillars underneath
Okay.
the overall heading. So data analytics. Do you do any qualification or anything like that for them?
So the SMS and the call scripts would be the qualification. SMS is automated outreach for like inbound leads that
Yeah.
qualifies them. And soon as the lead comes in, it automatically connects them to the agent, and the agent would get a call.
hmm
They would answer the call, and that call would then call the other client. So it'd be like within 5 minutes.
Okay, beautiful. No, that makes sense. Cool. So we've ranked them in terms of revenue, which is great, and ROI.
Yeah.
Now we want to connect the features or services down the next one here
Yeah.
to the general problems.
Database equals, wait, it would be
That would be
reaching.
time, I would say, as
Oh yeah,
well. That's going to save a lot of time.
time. Okay, so I'm gonna put time for that. SMS would be time as well. Uh, call scripts would. What do you think call scripts would be? Because I got a call script from like a multi seven-figure agent. Like he's one of the best in America.
Okay, so let's order it. So reactivation, let's do like in the order, right? So because database reactivation, right? It's like biggest ROI, then
Yeah,
there's no money spent there and it's already kind of reaching a warm audience, right?
yeah,
So
hmm
for database reactivation, it's definitely going to help with the bad quality of leads because it's a warm audience.
yeah,
Okay. And it's also going to be less pain, no pain or save time, however you want to put that.
yeah. I think time would be the main one.
hmm So then you've got
SMS
what's
time
the
as well.
SMS for inbound? What does that mean exactly?
So it would be a lead comes in, they'd get an automatic message. Hi, are you looking for a valuation on your property? And that would go into, are you looking to sell a house right now, or are you just looking for a valuation? And then basically just kind of qualify them to see if they are looking to sell their home or not.
hmm Okay, so that's from the Facebook ad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So so basically what I would do is take this and I would put this under here. Okay, so now you see what we're doing, kind of starting to
Okay.
them into things. And what we're going to do here is offer creation as well.
Offer creation and call scripts would go on the Facebook
Yeah,
acknowledgement.
now you get it. Exactly. So now you're kind of getting it. So we're going to start to bulk them under like three main sort of pillars, if that makes sense.
And then CRM would go on the database.
Oops.
Is that correct?
CRM would go under, yeah. So then data analytics and would be, yeah, CRM, data analytics, etc.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. So database reactivation. Okay, yeah. So that could be um so Facebook has a database reactivation. Then Facebook that's gonna be lead generation. CRM.
Wait, let me split these up for you because then it's going to be a lot easier. Um, SMS inbound, Facebook, and data analytics will go under that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the AI cold calling thing would kind of be its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So database reactivation and CRM management, SMS inbound, call scripts, Facebook ads, offer creation, and data analytics all under one. So those would
Mm-hmm.
be first, those would be the main two. Does that make sense?
What I would do is I would make okay, so call scripts and data analytics is it's going to be like basically, because also as well, I think in the pain points is going to be a knowledge gap. Like these
Yeah,
real estate agents, they're not marketing experts.
yeah,
So that could basically be call scripts, data analytics, like all that stuff. It's like, increasing skill set for a realtor to actually handle the leads properly and actually get more deals closed. Does
okay,
that make sense?
yeah, okay. So, do you want to list them as pillars?
Yeah, so that's where we're getting. We're getting to the action items down here, which is we're basically going to flesh them out as pillars.
Hmm.
Okay, so if I come back here, right? So, okay, maybe we should go through the example. So, for example, like ad creation solves inconsistent or unscalable lead generation, which gives
Yeah,
consistent flow and more revenue.
yeah,
Automation setup. So that solves limited technical skills and gives more time freedom.
yeah. Okay, I'm getting it now.
And then we flesh it into pillars, right? So like a first pillar would be predictable lead generation. So then the problem is lack of consistent lead flow, no online presence. This includes ad creation, funnel building, offer crafting, and gives an
Hmm.
outcome of consistent leads, more revenue, and less stress. That makes sense. So I feel like just because we're doing it together, we might be able to just kind of skip to these pillars and actually just start to flesh them out.
Okay.
I feel like we've got kind of the information we need now.
So I think, how do you want to do this? I'm thinking either bringing the leads in,
Hmm.
nurturing them,
Hmm.
and then I also do area exclusivity as well. So I don't
Hmm.
do multiple agents in one area.
So that would be a feature of the lead generation. That would
Okay.
be a pillar in my opinion. So that's a feature. So I think if we want to structure it like pillars, we've got to think, okay, if we just take a step back to like what are the biggest like the biggest sort of needle movers for the business,
Hmm.
it's probably going to be Facebook ads because that's going to bring them in more leads, right? And that's
And
realistic
that's gonna and
what
that's gonna fix the
the biggest problem.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it leads back into the action item because the lead gen fixes the referral problem. The nurturing fixes the bad lead quality problem from
Yeah.
Realtor.com,
And then
etc.
the knowledge and skill set solves the painfulness and having to do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
themselves.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So it would be
So I'm
lead gen,
yeah, here exactly cool.
nurturing. I'm gonna include database reactivation in this as
Yep.
well. And then the last one would be it's done for you. So time and pain free. Would you say that's right?
Yeah, the last one would be in my mind, it would be lead quality assurance. So lead predictable lead gen quality assurance and is like almost like business development or like no, it would be like ROI scaling ROI. It would be scalability. It would be scaling. That's what it would be. It would just be scaling those things. Yeah, scalability. Okay, cool. So awesome. So now I've got like our sort of like
Yeah.
structured we're gonna do. So under lead gen, you've obviously got Facebook ads. So you've got Facebook ads, right, which is an offer creation, and then I guess yeah, that would
So
sort of be it for that.
under Facebook ads, it would be SMS inbound, call scripts, offer creation, data analytics, all of that. No, no, sorry. Under lead gen, it would be Facebook ads, data analytics, and offer creation.
Hmm.
Under nurturing would be database reactivation, CRM management. No, sorry, database reactivation and call script. Sorry, yeah, call scripts and SMS.
Hmm.
And for the last one, if I'm not mistaken, one, it would be all done for you, but also CRM management and basically having the knowledge thing.
Yeah, okay, cool. No, this is really good that we're doing this call. So, cool. We want to structure it like a story. Okay,
Hmm.
so like, all right, if I was pitching you, no script, I've got no idea about the business, this is what I'd do. So the first pillar is all about lead generation, right? You know how you've kind of been struggling with not getting consistent leads and it's kind of been causing you guys to stagnate a little bit. What we're going
Yeah.
to do is we're going to set up Facebook ads. We're going to build custom offers to represent your business more effectively. We're going to get the right offer to the right people so you're speaking to the right people every single time. And we're just going to fill your calendar with 10 extra leads every single week so that you can have a little bit more freedom to do the things to move the business forward. So that's the first one.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, okay, cool. So this is fucking perfect. So lead
The
gen,
one
yeah,
the one thing I would change, obviously, you're not familiar with the business, is I wouldn't say leads, it would be more appointments because that's what they want.
appointments. Yeah, appointments doesn't whatever you want to call it, that's fine. To get you more, yeah, appointments on your calendar. So lead gen, we've got Facebook ads, offer creation,
Hmm.
and appointments.
Yeah.
Cool. Nurturing, we've got SMS inbound to nurture. So then the second pillar is so now now we're filling up, or now you've got more leads coming in. We want those appointments that we're booking to be qualified, nurtured correctly, aware of who you are, and kind of ready to have a good conversation with you. How we're going to do this is automated SMS inbound, and we're also going to nurture your previous pipeline. So we're going to get more bang for your buck on what you used to have, and get more deals coming with no cost,
Okay.
so that you can have X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. Then the last pillar is scalability. So, me as the marketing expert, I'm going to dive into the data. I'm going to give you scripts and processes to handle this effectively so you can convert higher. And I'm going to see what ads work the best. We're going to double down on those things so you're only spending your money in the right place.
Okay. That
See,
makes a lot of sense.
made sense? Okay, cool. So, that would basically take us down to actually writing the pitch. Okay, so the pitch, right? It's basically a journey. Okay, so what we want to do here is very simple introduction. You can pretty much keep it exactly like this. So you've just transitioned from discovery. Okay.
Yeah.
For you, Nathan, specifically, here's the game plan of action. As you mentioned, you've been struggling with, and you list out the pain points or the problems they've given you. That's it.
Okay.
That's all you do.
So,
So, I mean, you could literally I can just literally copy this in for, yeah. So it's literally just this. This is what you say, and then you list the pain points from the call.
mhm.
They give you one, if they give you two, if they give you 10, you just list the most relevant. Cool. So then you've been struggling with not having consistent cash flow in the business. So now you want to basically position yourself and give your expertise statement. So you want to keep this high level and highlight the outcome of the transformation. So what we're going to do is take you through a simple three-pillared process to build out specific systems within your business to take you from where you are right now at 10K a month, where closing or where leads aren't coming in consistently, where you're speaking to the wrong people, whatever they've told you, all the way through to making 50K a month with absolute certainty.
Okay, so for you specifically, here's the plan of action.
Hmm.
As you mentioned before, you told me you're struggling with, you're getting basically, you're spending a lot of money on bad leads where you're using Realtor.com or Zillow or whatever apps there are, and you're basically paying them for them to give you either nothing or extremely bad quality leads, which basically is nothing anyway. And also, you mentioned to me that one, it's not really scalable if you're doing 400 cold calls a day because there's only one of you. Unless you got a cool team, but then you'd have to replicate that and then there would be a lot of functions because you're going to have to manage so many people.
Okay, good. So
Am I going in the right direction?
you're on the right direction, but this would be for the pillars. The expertise statement is just very broad. Okay, so
Okay.
you can pretty much use this exact thing, right? So because basically what we're going to do is we're going to write this all out and then we're just going to delete these headings and you're literally just going to have a script.
Okay.
So, so basically, so what we're going to do is take you through a simple three-pillar process to build out specific lead generation or appointment
Say
booking,
systems. Just say systems.
specific systems specific systems within your business that will take you from where you are right now in the business where you're like all the way. I mean, literally, like, this is all you need.
Okay.
It's just an expertise statement, okay? And it's just basically like framing the conversation. And, you can sort of generalize this statement, right? Because acquiring clients isn't going to be as consistent, reliable, and predictable as they would like because they wouldn't be on the call.
Okay.
Even the person that's told you, like, oh, things are good, I just want to scale, if you've done problem correctly, it's still not consistent, not predictable or reliable. Or if it's a little nuanced, you can add, you take your business from where you are now at 100K a month, where you're just not growing as fast as you would like. You want to be getting there quicker. Well, we're going
Mhm.
to take you through to the point where you're scaling twice as fast as you want, get you to 150K in the next 3 months with absolute certainty.
Okay. The main offer that I tried to build out, right, was if I can make people believe that a system that lets new clients come to them is a key to real estate success and it's only attainable through us, they will have to give me their money. That's the mindset I have.
Mhm.
And I basically positioned it as a different problem where it's not lead generation, it's a system to make people come to you. Does that make sense?
How's that not lead generation though? It's just a systemized way of doing lead
It's
generation.
it's a systemized way, but I've positioned it in a completely different way.
Okay. So
Because
take that expertise statement and just edit it to how you feel would fit with your offer better.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you through a three-step process to build
Once you
specifics
get water.
that will take you from where you are right now in your business, from expert where in your you are right now, where you're closing a month mark, we're acquiring clients. Not quite as consistent and reliable. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you through a simple three-step pillar process to build out specific systems that will take you from where you are right now, where you're closing 5 to 6 deals per month mark, where acquiring clients isn't the most consistent thing in your process right now. It's not as quite consistent, reliable, or predictable as you'd like, through to closing 9 to 10, maybe even 11, 12 with absolute certainty.
Perfect. Exactly.
So,
So exactly, because all we're doing here is just positioning you as an expert
mhm.
and introducing the structure that you're going to run them through. Right? And it's like overall sort of like the overall transformation that the business is going to go through. So
Okay.
now I want to write out the pillars. Okay. So the basic structure for a pillar is pillar one is all about lead generation. Right now you have a problem of X and this is causing X emotional pain. What we're going to do is X solution so that you can have X outcome.
Okay.
Super simple. Problem, pain, solution, outcome. And we just need to flesh it out, right? So like this would be kind of like my example of, what I would do for like my sales coaching, for example. But for
Sure.
you, we're just going to write it out. So if we just take these,
And in this process, I would need to be original because if I'm not, well, everyone else might do the same stuff. It's better to write in your own words anyway, right?
100%. We need to make this yours. Absolutely. So, all right. So Pillar one is all about whatever you want to call it, however it feels better, most aligned with your offering, whatever.
Pillar one is all about, okay, so with each pillar, it's basically making it so I say this is what we do and how it's going to fix this problem.
Hmm.
Okay, so pillar one is all about getting people that are of it. Would you say, would you want me to say all about getting people that are available to sell their homes or that are looking to?
Pillar one is all about. Pillar one is all about, or pillar one focuses on consistent, qualified, ready to buy homeowners or buyers or something.
Okay, focuses on, say that again.
So pillar one focuses on consistently, or wait, hold on, what did I even say? So pillar one focuses on generating consistent, ready to buy leads for your business, or ready to sell leads, sorry,
Ready to sell leads for you.
for you. Something like that.
Okay.
We can edit this, right? We'll just get some stuff down on paper, right?
I think the best plan of action would be write it down and then audit it after.
Oh,
Right.
100%. Exactly. Exactly.
Perfect. Okay. Just wanted to make
So,
sure.
so that's like the introduction of the pillar,
Hmm.
right? For me, it's pillar two is all about closing. Super simple, right? So what I would do is, let's just say I've had a call with you, right? And you're closing it 10%. So like right
Yeah.
now you're closing it just 10%. So this part is kind of specific to their problem. Okay. So you kind of want to like insert their problem on what they tell you on the call. You want to use the words they've said, etc. for this part. So here, but let's like put in a general problem just to get something on paper, right?
Yeah.
So when you speak to real estate agents, like under lead gen, like what are people saying? What do we think about in the problems? Not being so the big problem is like not being able to get consistent clients, right? Or
Yeah.
not being able to or not being able to consistently sell a certain number of houses every month, right?
Yeah. That's basically the main problem. It's that they're not closing as many deals as they want to. And because they're not closing as many deals as they want to, they're not making as much money as they want to.
Beautiful. Perfect. So pillar one is focuses on you consistently. Okay. So as you mentioned, right? So like if you want to type this out. So like as you mentioned right now, you're only closing X number of houses, forcing you to which is you're only closing next number of houses, which is causing a lot of inconsistency in revenue for yourself as a real estate agent, which adds a lot of unnecessary pressure.
Okay, with that, I will tweak it a little bit. Pillar
Please.
one focus on you closing the number of deals that you want to every single month. As you mentioned before, you're closing around X amount of deals per month, which is it's not really that inconsistent because if a real estate agent is closing 2 to 3 deals a month, it's not really a volume issue. It's more they're just not where they want to be.
Okay, so is it the size of the house or like the size of the sale?
No, no. So a realtor usually will close the same amount of like it's either the luxury market or the normal residential market, and their deal offer is usually around the same. It's pretty consistent. So, okay, think about it like this, right? just think of it from an agency standpoint that's trying to close more deals because
Hmm.
it's basically the exact same business model.
Hmm.
They provide the service, and that service is selling that home.
Okay. Well, but if I guess if an agency came to for something, they're closing a number of deals a month right now, getting a number of clients every month, and they want more, no?
Yeah,
So if you have a real estate agent that every month he closes 2 to 3 deals, but he's not happy with where he is financially, what does he need to do? He needs to close more deals.
yeah.
Okay, so as you mentioned, you're only closing X deals a month, which isn't where you want to be.
Uh, you're closing Excel. Uh, where you want to be.
And the current strategies that you have in place aren't able to generate 6 deals a month like you want.
Yeah, that's so much better. As
That's
you mentioned, you're closing X amount of deals per month, which is not where you want to be, which is not where you want to be.
oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it.
And the current systems you have in place aren't able to generate you that X amount of deals per month.
Perfect. Cool. So that's going to be pretty sort of quite similar to, most agents that you speak to, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's very, very consistent with all of them.
Now, what I would probably do is, ideally you've pulled out a little bit of emotional pain or a feeling of frustration or, they've been stuck at this point for a certain amount of time. I'd want to sort of insert that, right? But basically from here, okay, we just want to insert the solution now. So,
Okay.
full stop. What I'm going to do is, and now what are we going to do? So you're going to generate, do you ask them how many leads, how many closes they want a month, or how many leads, or how many deals they want a month?
How many deals? Closing and deals are the exact same thing.
Yeah, so for your service, like, so you
Okay.
guarantee them deals?
Deals is just basically a deal, and then closing is closing the deal. It's just a lingo thing.
Are they the same thing?
Exactly the same thing.
Okay, so for the lead gen, it's like, okay, so what you're going to do is build highly converting Facebook ads to generate more leads,
Yeah.
then qualify those leads and nurture those leads
Qualify them.
so that
It, yeah.
the real estate agent is speaking to the right people more consistently and can get themselves to closing the amount of deals they want. Hmm. Wait, let me just think about this. This is not quite where I want it to be. So,
We're gonna order that after now.
yeah, no, we are, but it's just not quite where I want it to be anyway. Okay, that's fine. So, another thing I want to put, we might change this a little bit, but just keep that there is okay. So for them to get more deals, they need more people contacting them, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to build, so just do another paragraph and write this. So what you're going to build is, so what we're going to do is we're going to structure an offer and build highly converting Facebook ads to get more quality leads and more attention to you as a real estate agent.
Need and get. 'Cause- 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 Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
That makes way more sense.
Okay,
That makes
perfect. So, because we want to talk about, so like the journey, right? Because then the next part is actually the nurturing.
yeah.
So if we, or we'll just leave that there for now. So they're going to get more attention as a real estate agent. Okay. So what's this going to do? Well, this is going to, because again, we don't really need to get too much into the features here, right? We just need to say, basically say what you're going to do. So what's this going to do? This is going to, so this is going to, so now you're never going to have to worry where the leads are coming from.
Do you want to write this?
Yeah, maybe. I'll just do it. So now you're never, oh, sorry. So now, you never have to worry about where the leads are coming from. You will have a consistent flow of ready to sell individuals in your pipeline, taking you away. No, so allowing you to scale more and effectively without burning out or having to double the amount of calls or work you do. So you can, and then I would just go emotional or desired outcome. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Is that actually, do you think that that would actually, if someone listened to that, they would actually be like, okay, cool, this is what I'm looking for?
Okay, so let me just read that out. So pillar one basically focus on you closing the number of deals that you want every single month consistently. You mentioned to me before that you're closing X amount of deals per month, which is not really where you want to be. And the current systems you have in place aren't really able to get you to that X amount per month mark. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically build your structure and offer for you and basically highly converting ads to get more highly quality leads, highly qualified leads, and get more attention to you as a real estate agent. So now you're not going to have to worry about where the leads are coming from. You have a consistent flow and ready to sell individuals in your pipeline, allowing you to scale more efficiently and effectively without burning out or having to double the amount of calls or work you have to do. So you can spend more time with your kids.
Yeah.
Would you say that's good?
I think that's pretty, I mean, it hits the basic points, right? It's like
It is the basic
you're
point.
struggling with this is what we're going to do, and this is going to give you this outcome.
Hmm.
Okay, let's go to the next one and keep fleshing it out. So pillar two is all about um, nurturing and quality and nurturing. I don't even know how to spell nurturing. That is definitely not how you spell it. Okay, so pillar two is all about quality. Oh, there you go. That's right, I got it there. So pillar two is all about quality and nurturing.
Oh my God, I can't even write.
Okay, so good thing you don't have to be good at spelling to be good at sales. Okay, so
Dyslexic, bro.
tell me about it. So pillar two is all about, okay, cool. So now I've got it here. Beautiful. So we can get rid of that. So pillar two is all about quality and nurturing. Okay, cool. So if we go back up here, awesome. So, okay, so now, so cool. So now we've got a consistent flow of leads coming in, right? So now I want to address the fact that even though they might have leads coming in at the moment, they're bad quality leads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I would be like is, you know how you have relied on whatever lead source leads from outside. What would you call this? Leads relied on um, leads from real estate platforms or online databases.
You know how you relied on leads from,
Okay, hold on. Let me just cook for a sec. Online databases, um, which, as we know, aren't exclusive or qualified to assure the people you are speaking to actually want to sell a home. Is that true?
you know how you rely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So that's the problem.
Because one of the big problems is a lot of people will just want a valuation just for
Yeah,
curiosity.
that's exactly. Okay, beautiful. So we can flesh this out a bit more, but that's exactly what I'm going for, right? So, um, which means all day you are contacting the wrong people, which and help away from activities.
I'm gonna put connecting with the wrong people.
Yeah, no, dude, that's fine. Take yourself away from activities that would grow your business. They consider themselves a business, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, cool.
it's like a freelancer classifies themselves as a business.
Yeah, okay, cool. So with our so once so wait, hold on. So the Facebook ads are going to be generated.
I don't know if I want to mention Facebook ads because there's a bit of a stigma towards it. I might just put ads.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna put basically hands up because it's not 100%.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's your mindset when you're writing this? Like, why are you writing all of this? I want to see where you're coming from.
My mindset right now is okay, so the first part of my mindset is like addressing their problem and kind of bringing it to the forefront, right? And like what, and just making them realize what they don't like to do. And then
Mhm.
this second pillar is basically, okay, really briefly, I'm basically explaining features with the outcome.
Okay.
So what I want for you is to only speak to people who are qualified. So that's a feature of what you do, but it's an outcome. So
Hmm.
what we do is we nurture those leads and qualify them for you basically hands off with our proven AI automations, with our automations and AI systems. So again, it's an outcome, but it explains a feature.
Okay.
Rather than saying like, okay, so now we're going to have consistent leads coming in. And what I have is this AI tool that does this process. And then the next 5 minutes, as soon as the lead comes in, it's going to send them this message. And then after 2 hours, if they don't reply, they don't give a fuck. They just want to know that they're going to be speaking to qualified leads without any work.
Okay.
Cool. Um, so we can qualify them using our AI systems. Now, um, uh, so that you can comfortably close. Wait, what have I done with essentially no extra work? Okay, cool. Little bit of an outcome, right? Desired outcome there. Then
Mhm.
um, we want to talk about the database reactivation. So it's like, okay, cool. So, um,
And that's basically just like reassuring them almost.
Well, it's going to kind of tie into something. So, as a core principle of what we do is leaving no stone unturned. That is why we, so something like that.
Okay. You know how you relied on leads from online databases, which aren't exclusive or qualified to assure the people you're speaking to actually want to sell a home, which means all day you're connecting with the wrong people and taking yourself away from activities that could grow your business. The ads will basically generate a consistent flow of leads, and wait, I want it for you to only speak to people who are qualified. And what we do is we nurture those leads and qualify them, basically hands off with proven automations and AI systems. So you can comfortably, do you think we should include a proven automations, AI systems, and all scripts made by an agent? Do you want me to say agent or okay, I'm gonna give you two options. Basically, cool scripts made by an agent that's closing 30 deals a month in the luxury market, or should I say cool scripts that are all the top performing agents are using. So basically, you're only going to be using the stuff that consistently works and is generating people 20 to 30 deals every single month already.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. My only thing would be, do we want to include that there, or do we want to make a last pillar on scalability?
I want to make a last pillar on scalability.
Okay, cool. So, all right, let me just read this back, see how it flows. So you know how you've relied. Okay, cool. So pillar two is all about So pillar two is all about quality and nurturing, right? You know how you've relied on leads from online databases, which, as we all know, aren't exclusive or qualified to assure the people that you're actually speaking to want to sell a home. And these are people that are just looking for valuations and just kind of tire kickers, right? Which means all day, every day, you're connecting with the wrong people, taking yourself away from activities that could actually grow your business, right? It sounds really frustrating. The ads will now be generating you a consistent flow of leads every single day. And what I'm going to do for you is not, and what I want for you is to only speak to people who are qualified. So what I do is I'm going to nurture all those leads and qualify them for you, basically hands off, with our proven automations and AI systems, so that you can comfortably close 7 deals every single month with essentially no extra work to what you're already doing. A core principle of what we do is leaving no stone left unturned. I want you to produce the highest return on investment for you as an agent with as little cost. On top of the ads, we're also going to be reactivating all your old pipeline with a bespoke offer that has been tested to convert at 30% on, so no old deal ever gets lost. Again, we're going to leverage AI and automation so that you don't have to do any more work to get free deals for at least the first 2 months with us.
That is amazing.
Okay, good. See,
That's
it's not about what you say, bro. It's about how you say it at the end of
you
the day.
cook.
Okay, good. So, yeah, I think this is coming along nicely, actually. So, scalability. Okay, so all right, so scalability.
You want me to just do a little brain dump?
Yeah, go on.
Cool scripts. All right, do this. Cool scripts, uh, done for you. No work managing a team of appointment setters and proven systems. So you don't need to trial and error. If you want to add anything, you can as well. Um, cool scripts done for you. No managing a team of appointment setters, proven systems, so you don't have to go through the trial and error. Top agents, systems.
Okay,
The
cool.
only the only thing I'm wondering is, would it be wiser to say what the top 1% agents are doing and compare and try to get into that top 1%, or be completely original and try something completely new.
Well, that's the thing. Like, not everyone wants to be a top 1% agent.
Everyone wants to be better than where they are, though.
Yeah, but for some people, like, some people might just want to be, some people might be in the bottom 40% of agents and they just want to be, they just want to be in the top 30%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay, so what I would do for scalability is I would play into how long they've been stuck where they are. Right?
Mm.
So, okay, cool. So pillar three is all about scaling. As you mentioned, you've been stuck at 5 deals a month for the last 2 years, held back by the lack of systems and processes that you have to close more deals. There's only so many fucking hours in the day, and there's only so much motivation that you can have to do endless cold calls and follow up and scrape these leads off these websites. So once we get you to the point where you've got these 5 deals a month consistently, you're going to get a taste for it. And I hope that you're going to want to keep growing because in this part of the process, we dive into the data, we analyze everything for you on how we can best reinvest the money back into the business and take you wherever you want to go in the future. You want to take you want to take more holidays with the family, you want to buy your wife nice things, that's what I want for you too. So you're going to have access to proven call scripts so you can be even more effective on the phone when you actually call the qualified leads we send you. Working for yourself can be hard and relying on trial and error is very expensive. That is how we are so effective at scaling agencies to multi six figures because we understand what works.
Mic drop.
Good?
That's amazing.
Sweet. So there you go. You got your pillar.
Okay.
Now,
So
obviously, you would want to, yes, now we just delete, we can delete this one as well. We can delete this. We can delete this. We can delete this. Assembling your pitch.
and just keep the ones on top because this is basically it.
Yes, so that is, then if we make these a nice little color, I'm going to just change this because I want it to be nice and neat. For my boy, and then
Thank you.
delete this for now. I don't need that anymore.
Uh, for you specifically, here's the plan of action. You mentioned to me before what you're struggling with is basically you're not getting enough leads, right? And also those leads are basically absolute trash. They're terrible and they're not really benefiting you in any way. And apart from cold calling 400 times a day and spending all of that time, there's no real way for you to get leads or people that want to work with you because it's not, there's only so many hours in a day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you for a three pillar process to build out specific systems that will basically take you from where you are right now, where you're closing, 4 or 5 deals per month mark, where, acquiring listings isn't quite as consistent and reliable or predictable as you'd like through basically closing, where you want to be is 8, 9, maybe even 10 per month with absolute certainty. Pillar one basically focuses on wait, you forgot one part. Through closing with absolute certainty. With your permission, I'd like to walk you through it.
No, so that comes at the end of discovery. We've already asked for the permission.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Pillar one focuses on closing the number of deals you Pillar one focuses on you closing the number of deals you want every single month consistently. You mentioned to me before you're closing 5 deals a month every single month, which is not really where you want to be. And the current systems you have in place aren't really able to get you to that X per deal of five, you know, 8 to 10 mark consistently. And what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to structure an offer of on offer and highly converting ads to basically get you highly qualified leads and get more attention to you as a real estate agent as well. So now you're never going to have to worry about where the potential clients are coming from. You'll have more consistent flow and you're going to basically just be talking to ready to sell individuals that are already in your pipeline. It's basically going to allow you to scale more efficiently and effectively without burning out or having trouble with the amount of calls you're doing or the work you do because you're not going to be spending 50 hours on it. So you're going to have the time to spend time with your kids. You're going to have the time and energy to focus on the thing that you want to do, and that's closing more deals. Pillar two is all about qualifying and nurturing. You know how you relied on leads from like realtor.com and all of that sort of stuff, which, they're not really qualified. And it's basically going to assure that you're going to be speaking to people that actually want to sell their home, which means all day you're actually you're usually connecting with the wrong people and taking yourself away from the activities that would grow your business, and that's closing more deals and going out there and closing. The ads will now generate you consistent flow of leads. And I want it to only be for you to speak with people that are qualified. So what we're going to do is we're going to nurture those leads and qualify them for you, basically hands off. It's going to be with our proven automations and AI systems. So that you're basically going to be comfortably closing 8 to 10 deals every single month with essentially no extra work. A core principle of what we do is we leave no stone unturned. I want to produce the highest return on investment for you as an agent with little to no cost. On top of that, the ads, on top of the ads, sorry, we'll be reactivating all of your old pipeline, right? It's basically going to be with our new bespoke offer that has been tested to convert at least 20 to 30%. So no old deals are going to be lost. Again, look, we're leveraging the power of AI and automation, so you're not going to have to do any more work, and you're basically going to be getting free deals for the first 2 months. Does that make sense so far? Pillar three is all about scaling. Look, you mentioned to me before you're stuck at 5 deals per month for the last 6 months. Honestly, you even mentioned to me something about nine, so we could even say 9 to 6. Look, you're being held back by a lack of systems and processes. You have to close more deals, and there's only so many hours that and so much motivation you can to you're not going to do endless cold calls. That's what I'm trying to say. There's only so many hours in a day and so much motivation you have. Once we get you to 8 to 10 deals a month, you're going to get a taste for it. And I really want you to, I just pray that you want to keep growing, because look, in this part of the process, we're going to dive into all of the data. We're going to analyze everything for you. And we're basically figure out what can be the best investment for your money. And we're going to figure out how you're going to invest it back into the business to take you to basically wherever you want to go in the future, whether that's closing 20 to 30 deals a month with your own team and you're the broker owner, or you're able to basically travel the country and do whatever the fuck you want, really. You're going to have access to all the proven call scripts. So you're basically going to be more effective on the phone and basically qualify leads that we send to you. The call scripts, we basically took them from the top 1% agents. So if they can do it, so can you. I took it from a guy that was closing 30 deals a month in the luxury space, and he was crushing it. Look, he wasn't the most special, and I guarantee you're going to be amazing at it. Look, working for yourself can be hard, and you're relying on trial and error, and it is very, very expensive. That's how it works. And basically, it's going to be so effective at scaling agents that it's going to get you to that multi six figures mark, because we understand how it works and we can get you there. How's
Good.
that?
Good. All right, what I want to do is I want to pitch it back to you, and I want to time it just to see how long the words actually take. So, for you specifically, Nathan, here's a game plan of action, right? As you mentioned that you're struggling with just not getting enough leads to the door, right? You're speaking to the wrong people way too often, and it's really holding you back from closing the amount of deals you want every single month. So, what we're going to do for you is take you through a simple three-pillared process to actually build out specific systems that will take you from where you are right now, closing 4 deals a month, right? Where acquiring listings, it's just not quite as consistent, reliable, or predictable as you would like, all the way through to where you're closing 8 deals every single month with absolute certainty. So the first pillar focuses on you closing the number of deals you want every single month consistently. As you mentioned, right, you're only closing what, like 4 deals a month right now, which is just not where you want to be. And the current systems that you have in place aren't able to generate you 8 deals a month, right? You've kind of been held back by those systems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to structure an offer and build highly converting ads to get more high quality leads, just more people through the door, get you more attention as a real estate agent. So now you're never going to have to worry about where the leads are coming from, and you will have a consistent flow of ready to sell individuals in your pipeline, allowing you to scale more effectively and more efficiently without burning out or without having to double down and do not just 200 but 400 cold calls a day. So that now you can actually have a bit more time back, man. You know, you don't have to work late nights doing cold calls. You can spend it with your wife, with your kids, and actually just enjoy your life a little bit more as your own boss. Now, the second pillar, it's all about quality and nurturing, right? You know how you have relied on leads from online databases, which, as we all know, aren't exclusive or qualified to assure the people that you're actually speaking to want to sell a home. It's a lot of people that just want valuations. It's a lot of people that just put their information online. We do not want that for you, right? It means all day that you're connecting with the wrong people and taking yourself away from activities that could really grow you and your business. So the ads that we generate and we build, they're going to be now consistently generating a consistent flow of leads. And what I want for you is to not only, oh, that's a little bit confusing. The ads will now be generating you a consistent flow of leads. And what I want for you is to only speak to people who are qualified. So what we do is we nurture those leads and we qualify them for you, basically completely hands off with our proven automations and AI systems, so that you can comfortably close 8 deals every single month with essentially no extra work. Now, Nathan, a core principle of what we do here is leaving no stone left unturned. I want to produce the highest ROI for you as an agent with as little a cost as possible. So on top of the ads, we are also going to be reactivating all your old pipeline with a bespoke offer that has been tested to convert at like 30%. So no old deals get lost. Again, we leverage the power of AI and automation so that you won't have to do any more work to actually get these free deals in the first 2 months. I think you can start to paint that picture with no more feast and famine, no extra work, softwares and AI working for you. There's a lot of very enjoyable outcome that's going to come from all of this. Now, the third pillar is all about scaling. As you mentioned, you've been stuck at this sort of 4 deal mark for the last 2 years. You've just been held back by the systems and the processes that you have to close more deals. There is only so many hours and so much motivation that you can have to do endless cold calls. Once we actually get you to 8 deals a month, you're going to get a taste for it. And I really hope that you're going to want to keep growing. So in this part of the process, we dive into the data and we analyze everything for you on how we can best invest the money back into the business to genuinely take you wherever you want to go in the future. So you're going to have access to proven scripts that we have taken from the top 1% real estate agents in the country, people that are closing 30 deals a month in the luxury space. So now that you can be more effective on the phone. So when we actually get you these qualified leads, you are going to be an absolute killer in getting these deals done, right? Now, look, working for yourself can be hard. Relying on trial and error can be very expensive and very time consuming. That is why we are so effective at scaling agents to multi-six figures, because we understand what works and why it works. So Nathan, that is everything I wanted to run you through and how I feel we are going to get you to 8 deals a month every single month. How do you feel about the process specifically? Cool. So it's about 4.5 minutes. So with questions, it'll be about 8 to 10. It'll be about 8. Honestly, the shorter the better at this point, in my opinion. I feel like the easy road picture is too long. All right, cool. What do you think about that?
I fucking love it.
Okay, so on this video today, guys, what I'm going to do is basically just show you how I would pitch. Now, what I'm going to pitch you is my one-on-one coaching service. I'm not pitching to pitch you. I'm doing it because I need to feel comfortable in what I'm pitching for it to come across effectively, right? So to show you where ideally anyone watching this would get to with their pitch is I need to be comfortable with what I'm saying, right? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pitch as if I was pitching on a sales call for my own one-on-one thing. And I'm going to kind of, without teaching you, just show you like how I would do it, how I would use my energy, how I'd keep someone engaged, how I'd ask questions after each pillar, the words I would use and the language I would use, how I'm going to tie in that problem and present some solutions to tie into an outcome and just wrap it up into a journey and a story. Okay. Now I'm doing this completely off the dome. There's no script. I mean, I've scripted this out before, but I haven't learned it. Every call I've really figured out for my thing is really different. Now you want to have a basic framework. Okay. So as you're going through the previous modules, you guys would have had your script, but this is where we want to get to. This is where you really start to make a lot of money, when it just flows out of you as an expert and as an authority figure, and you can just tie in the problems that they have. Okay, so I'm just going to straight up pitch you. I'm going to ask questions after each pillar. Okay, obviously no one's going to answer, but I just sort of show you how I would tie things in. And then, yeah, you guys can start to weave this into your own pitches and your own process. Okay, so So, John, the game plan of action for you, right? Because obviously you mentioned, man, like we're struggling to close, only 5% on the first call. You're doing something different on every call and you're getting a lot of objections that you just don't know how to overcome, and that's wasting a lot of your ad spend. So what we're going to do, it's actually a 3-pillared process. Okay, so if you want to write this down, the 3-pillared process is designed to actually just take you from these inconsistent 3K months and inconsistent sales process to 15K is the minimum. We want to blast through that with a 25% conversion rate. So sales being predictable and reliable, not inconsistent and kind of like a scary thing for you right now. So the first pillar, man, it's all about creating urgency and value. Okay, and how we actually do that, because as you've already noticed, you're getting a lot of value objections. So the pitch isn't lining up and you're not creating enough urgency or problem within discovery to actually get someone to see the value in your service. And as you said, like you've got a good service, you're just not portraying that value and positioning it correctly to actually get the prospect to believe that. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into discovery and I'm going to teach you how to think. So you know exactly what to say. You're not scripted and kind of held back by what you think you're supposed to say. You're going to know exactly what to say to create a bigger problem and create urgency for them to want to buy. That alone is going to bump up that conversion rate 5% and just get a better outcome on every single call. Then we're going to completely revamp your pitch. I don't want you ever feeling like you're not presenting the right story and the right value of your service to your prospects, because that really gets frustrating. So we're going to revamp the pitch. We're going to rewrite it. We're going to show you how to present it properly, really create a lot of value and get to the point at the end of the call where prospects are like, oh my God, this is exactly what I need. Because you know that this is exactly what they need. We just need them to know it too. That's just going to allow you to have so much more confidence on your calls, a much better feeling in the process, and just feeling better before you start every call. And that confidence is just going to build over time. So I'm going to give you all the processes, all the scripts, and all the training to do that so that you can close at 25% effectively. Okay, so does that make sense? Okay, cool. You know how we talked about, the lack of value that you're portraying? Do you think with a better discovery process and better pitching skills that you'd be able to convey that more effectively? Okay, great, awesome. Happy for me to kind of move on to the next pillar? Sweet. So John, the second pillar is all about closing, right? This 5% conversion rate is really holding you back from this 15K month, right? Not knowing what to say after someone says, I need to think about it, not knowing how to deal with money or how to deal with fear, and just feeling lost at the end of the call is just the last place that I want you to be and probably where you want to be. So in this part of the process, I'm going to train you on the exact objection handling frameworks and strategies that I use to close $2 million worth of high ticket deals in like a year and a half. And it's worked with hundreds of other agencies and high ticket offers to just close consistently. It's all about process. I'm going to turn you into a killer. So when someone says I need to think about it, you don't know what to say, but you know how to say it, how to handle it, where to take them, and you're going to be 2 steps ahead of your prospects at every single part of the call. That's where the real money gets made, and this is just going to compound the momentum. Your ad spend is going to be way easier to get a return on investment because every single time you get on a call, you're going to know exactly how to take someone through the close. The pointy end of the deal, so you can get money on the first call and just stop relying on follow-ups. An extra hour a day, as you said, just following up with prospects that's another sales call you could take. That's an entirely new deal that you could have made, and that's where we want to get you. Not relying on follow-ups, just relying on your ability to objection handle and close deals. Okay, so does that make sense? Beautiful. Do you think that's going to help, like really being an elite closer? Okay, amazing. Happy for me to jump to the last pillar and kind of wrap this all up? Beautiful. So the third pillar, it's all about the one-on-one coaching, right? You've obviously mentioned to me and we've all been there, but that sort of sales course process that you've been through where there was no change or no outcome from that, and it really just lacked the one-on-one feedback, and it's just frustrating and expensive to try and figure this stuff out for yourself. That's why my coaching ethos is one-on-one. Everything we do together is on a one-on-one basis 2 calls a week, 90 minutes each time, so we can actually dive deep into the problem. We can diagnose each part of the call. I can give you feedback. We can role play. We can role play objections. So you are prepared for every possible outcome on the call, right? So you can just carry the confidence that we're going to build in these sessions onto your calls. I'm going to be able to take responsibility over your conversion rate, not just you, but me as well. So there's 2 minds working together to get you to 15K and get you to the point where we can actually start to increase your prices so that you can do less and make more money, have less clients of better quality, paying you more money, and just feel so confident that the momentum you've got is actually scalable. So now when you get to the point where you're at 15K, you can really start to pick and choose who you want to work with, because you're going to know how to close them, because I'm going to walk you through every single step of that. So that's how everything works, man. And that is how I know we're going to get you to 15K a month. How do you feel about everything we've sort of run through today? And that's it. That's essentially how I'd pitch. Okay. So obviously after each pillar, there'd probably be a couple of questions and a little bit more buy-in. But as you can see, all I'm doing is just tying in what they've struggled with or things they've done in the past that haven't worked, presenting a solution and tying it back to an outcome, right? Just tying it back to where they want to get to, having sort of consistency and security in their service and in their sales process to allow them to scale. And that's it, guys. So that's how I would pitch. So yeah, I hope that's really helpful, and I'll see you guys on the next one.